Expose alert, ladies and gentlemen. Expose alert. Regis Prograis exposing Devin the Dream Haney on Twitter by stating this. So I'm hearing Devin lost a fight in Mexico early in his career, but he paid to take it off his record. If that's true, that's the weakest ish I ever heard so far in boxing. Press conference is Tuesday, and y'all reporters better not let this ish slide. Now, Regis Prograis is putting a lot of pressure on the media to ask the right questions to get the right answers. And ladies and gentlemen, we break these down. Over here, we break it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. This ain't a narrative created by any boxing content creator. This is a fighter to another fighter. And let me tell you like this, folks. This been said behind the scenes for numerous of years. All right? And if anybody in the industry understand what I'm talking about and understand, if you got affiliation in Mexico, you know that this been a thing that people in the industry already know about this. But Regis Prograis continue, just confirmation that it's true. Y'all reporters better do y'all research. I'm gonna tell you like this. People in the industry been knowing about this for quite some time. It has nothing to do with to take away what Devin Haney has accomplished versus George Camboso, versus Lomachenko, which people think that was a controversy and stuff like that. But he still came up with the win. The judges felt like he was the winner. Now he's going up against a Regis Prograis December 9th, daring to be great in my opinion, because he could have picked another easy opponent. You know what I'm saying? But hey, and he says. Because Devin Haney replied to him in Twitter, but I can't even actually see what Devin Haney is doing because he blocked Punch from boxing because he feel like I don't give him the credit that he deserved. All I said about Devin Haney that he was just a boring fighter, but he's a great winner. You know what I'm saying? It's just what I I have the right to like what type of styles, you know what I'm saying, cater to me and keeps me up watching. But he's done it. But he has gotten better. Devin Haney has gotten better. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting down on his punches better what he did with George Camboso the second fight and Lomachenko. So Devin Haney is getting better in terms of trying to risk it more in his style of fighting. But anyway, Regis Prograis continue. I didn't talk to Rolly about nothing because Devin Haney is saying that, yeah, it was Rolly that started the rumor. Nah, to be honest, I heard this rumor way before Rolly even stated it. I didn't talk to Rolly about nothing. Matter of fact, F you and him. More people know about your little secret than you think. Now, I have the pleasure of helping fighters get signed in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Henry La Bazooka Cedeno Martinez. Shout out to LD Cedeno Martinez, now signed with King's Promotion. I've seen contracts, I've read line contracts and stuff like that. So, and then I know important people in the sport of boxing, promoters out there in Mexico, in which Devin Haney has performed out there with a couple of... Anyway, I'm going to tell you like this. If people don't understand the business of boxing on the come up, you know what I'm saying? You invest a lot of money. As a manager, I know that Bill Haney invested a lot of money in his son just on the come up. You know what I'm saying? You go out there in Mexico, you pay... Look, this is what a manager does. He pays his fighter and he pays his opponent, right? You pay... For the people that don't know this, just pay attention. Take your hate, leave it to the side. Be humble about this because a lot of people I know in this community is not in the business of boxing. All right? So, as a manager, you get a fighter. You pay your fighter, whether you give him a stipend, but that's his father, that's his son. But he pays his son. He pays somebody, a matchmaker, bring me $300, $200 and stuff like that to find an opponent. You pay the matchmaker and you pay the opponent and you pay the promotional company as a slot fee. So let's say, for example, Bill Haney got a lot of power on the come up of his son because he's the one that's supplying the money. You feel me? He's paying his son. He's paying his opponent. He's paying the matchmaker. He's paying the slot. So in some cases, and this has happened before in Mexico or you know what I'm saying, other countries and stuff like that, that their rules is kind of, you know what I'm saying, is more corrupted than anything else, right? You could, if your fighters lose, you could magically make it disappear and it won't show on BoxRec. I know fighters that have fought out there in Mexico, even one out there in Mexico, and actually their record don't show on BoxRec right away. You know what I'm saying? On the lower scale, there's a lot of fugazi stuff that's happening that happens in that lower scale in the sport of boxing. I've seen guys not make weight. I've seen guys come in weight over 15 pounds, 12 to 15 pounds, and then give $200, $300 of his to his opponent, and fights, and then he get knocked out in the first round. I see certain things like that. But I'm not. Look, I'm gonna say that it could highly be true, or it could be a misunderstanding. But what I'm here to tell y'all folks is this rumor has been a thing in the back, and behind the scenes in the sport of boxing for a lot of years. Devin Haney has gotten better as a fighter. He was a good amateur. Coming up with the pros, that's what happens. You just is a real dirty business in the sport of boxing. Let me add that, but doesn't take away with that. Devin Haney was the undisputed at lightweight division. Doesn't take away by his skills and talent and the potential and him doing great business in the sport of boxing. I believe that him and his father is a trailblazer. They're doing an incredible job. Bill Haney, if Devin Haney beats Regis Prograis, I will consider Bill Haney and maybe the manager of the year. Of course, he's already, either it's going to be Bill Haney or the manager Glenn Jennings, the manager of Tim Zhu. The manager of David Benavidez. If David Benavidez beat Demis Andre, you got to give it up to him as well. Naoya Inoue manager. You know what I'm saying? That if he becomes 2 division undisputed in the same, you know what I'm saying? I think that you got to give a lot of kudos to Bill Haney and the way that he's been moving his career, been moving his son's career. But this has been a rumor that's been talked about, and it's a thing behind the scenes in the sport of boxing. A lot of important people understand, know what happened in Mexico and stuff like that. They've been talking about it for years. Rolly was not the first guy that started it. And look, Devin Haney is just a kid. At that time, he's still a teen. So it was, if anything did happen, no, it's not Devin Haney that paid it off, but somebody that paid it off for him. If it did happen, all right? If it did happen. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going, if it did happen. But a lot of people understand shit and like that. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about what Regis Prograis is alluding to. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next. If you ain't know, this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine, el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.